Hi, I'm Jordan. Jordan Groff. I am an international relations major and a German studies major at Connecticut College. And my role at IssueVoter is I'm on the bills team. So we are summarizing bills that come to Congress and for IssueVoter put on their website.
Hi, I'm Christine Bay, and I'm currently a junior at Northwestern University, and I'm studying journalism, political science, and marketing. As a summer intern at IssueVoter, I'm part of the communications team, and I work closely with our blog and our social media.
Hi, so we are covering the Climate Risk Disclosure Act, HR 2570. And the official summary of this bill is, this bill directs the Securities and Exchange Commission to require an issuer of securities to annually disclose information regarding climate change related risks posed to the issuer, including an issuer's strategies and actions to mitigate these risks. Specifically, issuers must report their direct and indirect greenhouse gas emissions and disclose their fossil fuel related assets. So basically in this bill, an issuer is a corporation and the Securities and Exchange Commission, that's the SEC. So basically what the bill is doing is it's providing the SEC with guidelines to give to these corporations or issuers. And then the issuers, based on those rules that the SEC gives them, the issuers have to issue a report on what their greenhouse gas emissions are and what they're doing to try to mitigate the greenhouse gas emissions and other climate change related issues.
So some quick facts about the act. The Climate Risk Disclosure Act was introduced on April 15th, 2021, and was referred to the House Committee of Financial Services. It was proposed by Representative Sean Casten, a Democrat from Illinois, though it hasn't yet been passed by either the House or the Senate. The act currently has 14 other co-sponsors, all of whom are fellow Democrats, and some related bills are the Clean Future Act, which you can read more about in depth on our IssueVoter website, and the Senate version of the Climate Risk Disclosure Act.
Okay, so we're going to go through a couple of the provisions of the bill, the main provisions. So like I said earlier in the summary, it charges the SEC to establish climate risk disclosure rules based on some of the following principles. Issuers, corporations must disclose greenhouse gas emissions, fossil fuel assets, and risk management actions they're using to address their climate risk. So the climate risk, once again, being like the fossil fuel emissions, carbon emissions, and other environmentally harmful things that the corporation may be issuing into the environment. So corporations, and another provision is corporations in relevant industries will have to issue an annual report based on the SEC rules.
So here we have a quote by Representative Sean Casten, who proposed the act. His argument for the act is that it will allow companies to compete for capital on what he would call an even playing field. Other proponents of the act include Senator Elizabeth Warren, a Democrat from Massachusetts, and who proposed the Senate version of the Climate Risk Disclosure Act, and Senator Cory Booker, a Democrat from New Jersey, who said this about the act. Equipping investors with a better understanding of the climate-related risks facing America's public companies will enable smarter and safer investment decisions, provide greater long-term stability to the American economy, and help our nation fight climate change.
Yeah. And one of the main opponents, or one of the most outspoken opponents of this act, was the former SEC Commissioner Elad L. Roisman. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but yeah, so he was the former commissioner of the SEC. The current commissioner of the SEC has said that he supports the act. But anyway, the former commissioner of the SEC said it is entirely reasonable for a person to feel that climate change deserves immediate attention from lawmakers and still question whether the SEC mandating new disclosures from US public companies is an appropriate step for the agency. If the only people who feel safe to comment are those who want the agency to join the fight against climate change and those whose business models would benefit from new regulation, we will miss hearing from those voices who can alert us to the hidden costs and unintended consequences of our actions. That's what he had to say. If you want to see more bills like this,
Then sign up for IssueVoter today.